Hello Captains, it's me, TONIK TZW. We're here with a Lessons in Legends video. This one is going to be on defending a flank, and I'm going to follow it up with another video which is going to be about pushing a flank. Two things which it's important to learn in World of Warships Legends, and most importantly it's about learning the timing and perhaps also the positioning to enable you to effectively defend or push. Both the videos I am going to be in the legendary Daring, of course, one of my favourite boats in this entire game, and I think I put it to good use in both examples. We're here on Shatter. There are 3 destroyers on each team. Points to note, there's a couple of radar cruisers there on red team, and knowing that the Alaska is a 9-kilometer radar, that's something that I want to be wary of. And one of the things I always have problems remembering is everybody who has sonar and everybody who has radar. Some ships it's obvious, but you need to think about survivability when you know that there are cruisers and or battleships that have got sonar or radar. Now, it isn't domination, but in domination mode, there's normally a cap just here to the right, the island, just where I've kind of clicked the map there. And one of the things that I see people do endlessly in this game is just sit inside the cap circle and keep it contested. And while this can be of benefit in not allowing the other team to take that cap, if you're the destroyer and you're sat there, then you aren't being the eyes for your team, and you're kind of a wasted resource. So best to let somebody else get in the cap, perhaps a battleship or a cruiser, somebody who can tank some damage, and perhaps even use their sonar or radar to let you know what's on the other side of the island. But it looks like somebody's got a little bit trigger happy with their radar. That is going to be one of the Alaskas, I reckon. We know there's a GK behind there. And if you look at the team, it appears as that we have got a bit of a lemming train heading up the left side of the minimap. And it's when I saw that going on and looking at the fact that I've only got one cruiser really behind me, I thought, okay, we can't sit here and wait for them to come around the corner. We know there's radar, there's potentially sonar, we know 2 ships are there, there's guaranteed to be at least 1 destroyer with them, and we don't know what else is there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull away and we're going to carry out a defense at range. Sorry, let me just put my phone on silent. Stop it going beep while I'm doing this. But yeah, you could say, but you're running away from the flank. I'm not running away. What I'm doing is I'm going to use distance to my advantage, because I want to be able to spot the big ships, but stay a safe range from main guns, from that Alaska, from radar, from something potentially sneaking up on that corner with sonar, and get myself lit up, because I wouldn't want to be on the end of an Alaska's main guns, a GK's main guns and secondaries, and like I said, there's got to be a destroyer out here and we'll get to them before too long. But it looks like red team realised that there aren't any ships on this side of the map, and they are going to go for a push. The GK is absolutely going balls to the wall on this one, and even though he knows he's spotted, I imagine that he thinks it's that Minotaur. My twist and track pops off here to the right hand side of the minimap, and I indicate that there is a target out there. So I'm going to need to keep kiting and moving away from that direction, just to make sure that I don't get spotted until we've taken care of some other business. Now this Minotaur, I haven't looked at him, but I imagine he is sat in his smoke screen. I am doing the spotting for him, and although we get some good torpedo hits there for 36,000 damage, I know the Minotaur can finish this guy off. So I'm not going to pop my smoke, because if I do, there's a good chance that the Minotaur will be blind. But there is some HE going in there as well, and I can't actually see who that's coming from. But the GK is burning. He has damage controlled those two floods I put on, and there is a daring. Ooh, juicy, juicy daring. We'll see more of him in a little bit, let me tell you. But having taken care of the GK, I could have obviously gone guns and put that fire on myself, but that would have just let that daring know exactly where I am. Now he knows he's spotted, he's actually going to pop his smoke and want to drop detection, but it looks like there might be something else out here. The Alaska is pushing in as well, and there is another battleship, and I'm looking across the map to see what I've got for backup. I can see that the Minotaur is pretty low health, so I'm going to try and keep things spotted here and move back. And all we're doing is we're allowing red team to push and drawing them in. And if you look at the minimap, that lemming train on the left flank doesn't seem to have a lot going against it at the moment. I think they've taken care of a couple of ships. So here we go. We've got cruiser, destroyer, battleship. We've already taken care of one battleship. So that's 4 ships that were on this side. And what if I told you that there's actually a 5th ship as well? So between me, the Minotaur, and one other cruiser, we're taking care of more than half the team on this side. And as I said, all we're doing is drawing them in and then trying to do what damage we can to make them think twice at pushing too hard. That Alaska is getting a little bit too close for comfort. I haven't got much range to play with, just over 1 kilometer there, and I'm thinking surely he is not going to stay sailing in a straight line, because that would be absolutely dumb AF. Now my twist and track is pointing in that direction, and I'm thinking, is that Alaska closer than the daring was? But no, look, it's moving around. There is something else out here. Something is closer than the Alaska. We know it's not the daring, because he was a little bit too far away to have made it this far in such a short space of time. But Alaska did indeed keep sailing in a straight line, and he goes out for a dev strike for his troubles. So now I'm thinking, I know we definitely have the daring. I can see the Schlieffen, but there's something else here as well. And that can only be the Shimakaze. And that means there's potentially a wall of skill, a gunboat with torpedoes, and a hell of a lot of secondaries on that Schlieffen that could potentially all be coming my way. I'm very wary that I don't think the Shimakaze has a clue where I am. And we look up there, torpedoes have gone out against the Minotaur, and then we bump the Shimakaze, and true to form, we are going to go guns on this guy, and we are going to melt him into oblivion, because that smoke screen is not going to save you, because you're on sonar, your guns aren't even looking my way, which means your torpedoes aren't coming my way. But what I don't realise is that daring has crept right up on me, and he is doing the destroyer thing and turning to try to put torpedoes on. And because there's 2 turrets on the front and 1 on the back, I am getting onto this guy's tail end, and if he wants to keep shooting me, he's going to have to give me a bit more skin to be able to get all those guns on. But he is out of it as well. But before I get the chance to drop detection and turn and get my torpedoes onto this sleeve and potentially go for a 4th kill, the lemming train takes the cap. We end the game with a win on base being captured. 104,500 damage, 3 kills, 2 of those literally in the last minute, with a dev strike, 2749 base XP. So it just goes to show you don't have to be sat out there so close to the enemy that they could actually walk the plank and land on your deck. You can play at distance, at range, do what you need to do for the team, and you can stop a majority red team push on your flank just by using your head and putting yourself in the right place at the right time, and also hoping that red team do some dumb stuff. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Smash like, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and please do take care of yourselves. Until next time, Goodbye.